And to Mali, where coup leaders say a transitional president will be appointed and he is to be drawn from either the civilian population or the military. They say they are working with political opposition and other groups in the country to set the transition in place and prepare for elections, which will be held in reasonable time. On Thursday, West African leaders insisted on the restoration of constitutional order in Mali and the release of President Ibrahim Keita and all those arrested during the coup d'etat in the West African country. This was the outcome of the virtual extraordinary meeting held by Ecowas heads of government on Mali. Tai Amoda reports.
The Economic Community for West African States, Ecowas, is imposing a ban on economic relations with Mali, with exceptions granted to staple foods, fuel, and medication for the sake of the people. The West African leaders are in consensus at this virtual summit that the events in Mali are a great setback for regional diplomacy which have grave consequences for the peace and security of West Africa. A political stable Mali is paramount and crucial to the stability of the sub-region. President Buhari is recommending the isolation of series of sanctions regimes that can create and sustain sufficient pressure on the military in Mali to force a return to the status quo.
Mali has been in political turmoil since the results of the parliamentary elections were announced in March this year. Ecowas interventions through a series of efforts by ministers, the special envoy and chief mediator, and a group of heads of state of our organization, as well as an extraordinary summit, did not yield positive results.
The leaders are demanding that President Keita and other detainees should be released unconditionally and is supporting wider regional and continental consultations. They are also exploring the possibility of detaching ECOWAS and AU troops with the UN mission in Mali to protect state institutions and also act as a first layer of defense in the country to help preserve and protect lives and property.
The closure of borders already called for by ECOWAS should be our first line of action. We need to isolate series of sanctions regimes that can create and sustain sufficient pressure on the military to force a return to constitutional governance.
The special envoy appointed to mediate, former President Goodluck Jonathan, accompanied by Jean-Claude Cassibrou, the president of ECOWAS Commission, are expected to visit Mali to convey the decision of the West African leaders.